box that I found. Aunt Jemima buttermilk pancakes. I just have to copy down the recipe first because I don't want to lose it with the leftover that I have in a Rubbermaid container right now. And I also have the collection of papers. I went through my stash. I've collected a lot of different little things, and these seem to fit this box fairly well in size, so that's why I've chosen it for the cover. And then all of the little pieces that I've cut from the printouts and the little bits of ephemera that I've collected, I hope to transform into a junk journal. So stay tuned. So the other box didn't work out, and now I've moved on to a cereal box, which is going to be actually a much better size. I've cut it down to the right size for the paper. So now I have the cover, and I've added a doily. This one has a stain on it, but I like that because I'm using a lot of pink retro type ephemera, so that'll work. And then on the inside, touches of blue, so it's pink and blue. And of course my paper is scrunched a bit here in the center where I had to fold, and sometimes it's hard to get that fold to fit right. I've tried to press it down as best as I can, but it will be covered eventually with the signatures, so it's not an issue. So I'm just going through my bags of different items that I've collected over the years and deciding what looks good with the front. I think I'll go with this one. Some different papers, some snowflakes, and a little quote, "May your Christmas sparkle." So here it is, stuck on the front of the cover, and I've just wrinkled up the edges of the blue and then put the snowflakes on the corners, and with that little bit of lift of cardboard beneath. And then I think I might add some snow to that as well, and maybe some other things, but I'll leave it for this for the moment. On the inside. So I've completed the inside of the cover with adding a pocket in which I will store things in. I finished off some of the edges with this white hockey tape, which I like to use. It's flexible and it goes over seams really nicely and covers them, and it gives some stability with the seams as well. And then I'm going to use my awl and some wax thread to put the signatures into the junk journal. Also, just as a reminder, always use something like an old wooden cutting board underneath, because you just don't want to have these poke holes in your table. And they do go through, as you can clearly see. I will be using this same template for my signatures as well. Just the one line, just to poke the hole down the seam of the signatures that are grouped together. Before I assemble these signatures though, I want to decorate some of this very white pages. So I'm going to take some of my twistable colors, they're blendable sticks, and I'm going to use some baby wipes, and I'm just going to do some of the edges to make it kind of a soft edge on each of these, and I will return. So for example, I put the pink crayon along the edge, and then I've blended it just softly with paper, with the baby wipe. Okay, I'm going to attempt to thread this last signature for you. So I have 3 times the length of thread in my needle, and I go through the inside center first. And I just leave a little bit hanging over the edge. If I want to put a dangle or something there, I can. Then I'm going to go back from the outside through the second hole above. And sometimes you have to play with it a little bit. And I want to make sure it's tight, but I don't want to pull away all this bottom thread. Then I'm going to go through the top, inside hole. And I'll have to turn it around just to see where I'm at. Okay. And I'm tightening it. Now I'm going to come back through the second hole from the top to the inside. There we go. Make sure things are tight. And now I'm going to go down to this next to last hole at the bottom, to the outside. And then through this bottom hole, on the outside, up through, and then through this last remaining second hole to the bottom. And then I'm going to go back through the center from the outside. And I want to make sure that there's a thread on this side and a thread on this side to tie. Tight. Knot, and then go the other way and knot. And then I have my two pieces hanging down. So just to recap, I have the cover. Inside I have an envelope pocket which will hold some goodies. I have 5 signatures with their edges colored, which I like. It's not mandatory, it's just something optional that I like to do. And they're sewn in the back cover. And then you can put decorative beads before you sew these down. I choose not to. It's a lot more complicated that way. I think what I could do though is either put a tassel or I could put some decorative beads hot glued on. I'll make that choice later on. Okay, so as you can see, I have a lot of gathered supplies. I started with this white bucket on the floor, gathering blues and pinks, but then I've moved on to my reds and greens that were in my stash with stickers and that type of thing. I also have a collection of things that's on the table that I've kind of rifled through in bags. I have a muffin tin that has a lot of the cutouts from the Patreon papers that Emily provided, Emily Kariya, who, I think I've said that right, Kariya. She is an artist in Japan and I'm a patron of hers and I love her work. And so I've tried to create this journal using a lot of her papers, which I've mentioned before. This is some of her papers in the background, but also this is one of her papers as well. And I've tried to cut them up and use them in the different pages, along with a variety of other things, which I've collected along the way because I'm part of swap groups and they send me a lot of material. And I do wish I could give credit to everybody whose material I may be using in this journal, but unfortunately the source of some of these things I don't know. So just to say, if you recognize it, please enjoy seeing it. It's only for personal use that I'm creating this journal, so I hope that that's fine with everyone for copyright. But I do apologize if I didn't give credit where credit's due, but I did want to give credit to Emily Kariya, who's an awesome artist. Go check her out on YouTube. Go check her out as far as her artwork is concerned. I think she does lovely work. So moving on, I'm just panning over the entire mess that I create on my desk, and I want to keep it real. I want to show you what I do and how I do it. And when I created this journal, a lot of times, like, you can do it different ways. You can use the pages, create the pages as you go, and then sew the pages into the journal afterwards. Or you can, as I have done here, for the sake of just getting this journal collected and in one spot, and I've gone through and I've added an envelope, I've added pages. I've covered this one up because that's my Christmas gift list, which I've started. And I've decorated some things, as you've seen, tags, I've put in some, but I've left a lot of blank spaces as well. And that way, when I come around to it, I can add photos, go day by day, do what I have to do to fill it up over the month of December. And plus, we're already December 3rd today, so I don't want to keep this on the shelf waiting. I want to tackle it as quickly as I can and use it every day if I can, and journal in it and add to it. So that's where I'm at. And sometimes it gets messy. I'm just about to clean all of this up. I will talk to you soon. I just want to mention before I go too far into this video that I've used a lot of Emily Kariya's papers. I downloaded some of her digital Christmas papers from Etsy, and I also have received a lot of papers from her over the year that I've been sponsoring her on Patreon. So if you are interested in checking her out, I would encourage you to do so. She does lovely illustrations, and her website, or where you can find some of her videos, actually is here, Emily Kariya, and she's on YouTube, and I would encourage you to check her out. So this is the reveal of my Christmas junk journal. As you can see, I've added a few things to the outside. This is just a belly band to keep it in place because it's quite thick now, filled up. Lots of pink trim added, a little bit of a paper clip, some jingly trim. So let's open this up. I decided not to add anything to the spine. It just was getting too bulky, so. So inside, the paper clip is holding this little snowman. Inside of this, I have some recipe cards and some other papers just to have to use as I go along. The envelope, I was going to put this on the front cover, but then it was just so full of glitter that I decided not to. So this is staying on the inside. There's plenty of room for it in between here. A little dog added, and some nutcracker ribbon. And I added a few more embellishments to this page. This page is my ongoing list. I'm only up to the 14th, which is today, and I'll fill that in. But this is just kind of what's to come, sort of an index day. This, of course, is my gift list, which I won't be showing. This is a magazine page showing all of the festivities going on. Silver sequin dress, pretty sequins over here, Merry, Merry, Merry. That ribbon, of course, is in the way. This is a picture of me in my youth at a Christmas when I was younger, and just trying to capture the magic of Christmas, talking about Christmas past, what was, you know, exciting when we were growing up. The ribbon here, of course, is a part of a tag, which is in the pocket. Christmas wishes that I'm hoping for the new year and for this year as well. Capturing the moments of life. This is downtown, the Christmas tree. And I've put a tag in here as well with some Christmas lights. And I put the writing on a sheet of paper for this pocket because I just sometimes like to keep blank spaces, but this journal is really full. And also too, the strings now have tags added to them. Decor to-do list for this and thoughts going forward. I think next year I won't be doing as much plaid. I'll be focusing more on pink. So I think I really like that direction. Thrift store shopping. I wanted to make a cocoa bar this year, so I did that. And I picked up a lot of the things that I needed from a thrift store, which was great. Holiday cheer, some more tags using Emily Kariya's papers, very pretty. And her stickers as well. Talking about the different K-cups we've picked up and where we had supper and just thoughts about baking and different things. Again, holiday cookies ideas that I'm collecting. A painting that I did a few years ago. I put this painting up every year at the holidays because it just reminds me of Christmas. And I do like this nostalgic looking type decor as well. And the countdown is on, holiday cheer. Pink fluffy ribbon. Torn edges on a lot of the pages. I like doing that. Charlie Brown Christmas. This was our first, one of our first trees. We were really on a budget back then when we liked it, and it gives me good memories to have. So we do have a little Charlie Brown tree that we pull out, and we have a dancing Snoopy and Charlie Brown, of course. COVID. This little boy's coughing. So there is that concern going on at the moment. So a lot of that has been reflected in some of my journaling. And this painting also I did and have glitter around on the snow. So that gives me the feeling of Christmas when I pull that painting out. This is a visit to my brother's. We went to see him and exchange gifts and also to do some other things that we needed to do, and had supper, and he gave me a box of Christmas cookies, and just a lovely visit. This is the postcard from Emily for Christmas, lovely. And I also put the stamps from the envelope around. It's really nice, I said, to receive happy mail, especially when it's all the way from Japan. So thank you, Emily. And some more shortbread magazine pages. Cocoa list. All the K-cups we picked up, I'm keeping a list of which ones I like and which ones I'm not crazy about, so I can know for future reference when purchasing. Santa's coming. Woo. The lights we visited in Napanee were just beautiful, so I'm happy that we took photos of those and some store windows. My little church. A lot of these pictures are pictures of nostalgic things. Sorry for that, I just hit the camera. Of nostalgic things. So this is Emily's work that's sent to us through Patreon, and I just love her little illustrations, very pretty. And my new hair color has some pink in it, so it was quite exciting to see this little one. And all of the different trifles and bonbons and samosas, and just really, really pretty. This one I like a lot because it's kind of got a Swedish vibe, and it's on a pink background, but I had a hard time to find anything on Pinterest connecting to rustic and pink. It seems to be a big divide between what is considered pink decor for Christmas, which leans heavily on Candyland and less on rustic. So I was really happy to find this image. I'm not sure who it's from. I apologize if I don't give credit because it was something that I pulled off the internet, but I do really like it. I'll have to go maybe search for the person to credit that for, but it is lovely. And I do like that look of combining like the pine cones and the pink together, and I think that's something I'll want to do in the future. Just wanted to adjust the camera there, sorry for that. One of the Santa Clauses that I actually made myself. And snow, we're really hoping for more snow. It's been raining a lot here lately. My Santa Claus display, cookies, lace, pink, pink, pink. I'm thinking a lot for pink decor. 12 more sleeps. This is a downtown display with a lighted picture frame, so we got our pictures taken there. And walks in nature to feed the birds. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm hitting that camera stand. Glitter, which is not my favorite thing. It gets all over everything, but this picture was particularly pretty, so I decided to keep that one with the lights. Nutcrackers, of course. I think I'm really going in that direction. I love nutcrackers, and I think for next year I'll collect another one, and that'll be my new thing. It's easy to store, and they're just kind of fun to have around. So, and of course Christmas Santas, which I have a few of. And then the 15th is blank, and from here on it's blank, so I'll flip through quickly. Another photo I have of a Santa I have. Different things I've added to the pages, pockets. This is a card someone sent me, so I recycle all my Christmas cards after the season's over. Another tag. Love, it's the lighting display downtown. Some torn pages, some winter pages. Little dolls on carpets that are part of Emily's collection. More of Emily's collection. These pages are also her illustration. And then I've added some other things to it. Half a page here. I heard the bells on Christmas Day. Reindeer, Santa. Treat every day like it's Christmas. I would love to. Candy Cane Lane with the pinks. Another Christmas card that's recycled. Snowy and a lot of torn pages. Next signature, Deck the Halls. The Joy of Christmas Morning. That'll be for the 25th. Calling Family. Reindeer. And then the reindeer on this one is the 50s type, and then this one is more of the tartan, which is what I have a collection of at the moment, but I'm thinking of moving away from the tartan. And then some blank space here and here. Ice skates on the tree. Let it snow. Little tag. Another tag in a corner. Coffee. Oops. Silver and bright papers with Life is a Party. More glittery borders. Recycled cards. That kind of 50s pink. Specialty coffees. Sweaters. Blankets, of course, and little Dolly with her gingerbread man. Pockets. Gingerbread houses. Tape with the music behind. Little illustration. I think I'll color her eventually when I have the time to do that one. Cardinals. Baby, it's cold outside. Taste of winter, feeling frosty. Christmas Santa. This is from an illustration from a calendar that I had, an old calendar, but I've cut it out and used it as a new recycled image. More holiday cards. Tag. And more holiday cards. Magazine page. Pockets. Very pink Santa. That was one of the images that kind of made me laugh with the pink, but it's really quite pretty too. Scarves and kittens and softness and coziness. I think this will run into January, so having that cozy feeling will be nice to journal to. And penguins and snow. So that's it for this journal. I hope you enjoyed.